Hi guys, I hope you've had a really good weekend. I'm just going to talk to you about this next week's training cycle. So, you're moving into week 4 of this 4-week microcycle, meaning we probably, if you've followed this 4-week cycle quite religiously, we want you hitting the most amount of weight with regards to these specific rep schemes, RPEs and movements. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to absolute failure on everything. Make sure we stick specifically to the RPE that's specified into the program, specifically with our big compound lifts. So when we do our big compounds, so our squats, benches, RDLs, overhead presses, all of those kind of movements, we always want to leave a few reps in the tank, just because there's often technique breakdown far before there's pure fatigue of the movement. So when you do those big movements, we won't go more than kind of like an 8.5 RPE, just to allow for that technique breakdown to not occur before pure fatigue does. So use your data from the previous weeks just to try and add a little bit more load onto the barbell or dumbbells or whatever you're doing. Then when it comes to your accessory work, we can really have a good push on these. I'll always tell people in the classes that accessories are often underlooked on how important they are. We really want to push these quite close to failure, and because it's a lot less full body utilization, it's more specific to body groups that you're working, we want to push those a lot closer to failure. So on a few of those accessory movements, whether it's our cluster sets or just normal straight 2 or 3 sets of working weights, we can push those to a 9, maybe even a 10 RPE, quite close to failure, being that technique is good, shapes are healthy, and everything's moving at the same tempo throughout the whole set. So that is week 4. Please enjoy it. Have a real big push. There will be a little bit of fatigue there just because we are working quite close to failure, but then we dial you right back next week to rebuild across this next 4-week cycle. So I hope you all enjoy this week's training. Last week of those cluster sets, which I know a lot of people have enjoyed, some people have hated, but it's been a good little change to your body. So any questions, guys, as always, drop myself a message, and have a wonderful week of training here at Hex. Cheers, guys.